First day
so nervous.
in Harriman.
Yeah.
We went to the wrong place. We went to the stadium to play pickup.
Not Harriman.
Not Harriman. I didn't know it was at Harriman. So it was already like, oh my gosh, they think we don't want to come to pickup. Like, they think we're not willing to work hard. I was like, this is not a good start.
No.
I was so stressed. I kept messing up. I don't think I've ever been that stressed in my life. Like, just like every day, I was just so anxious. I was like, I don't want to mess up. I got to prove I belong here. But like, that thought almost made me play worse because I was so just nervous. But look at us, we made it through.
The word for me this year, my resolution word is opportunity. Just to remind myself not to waste an opportunity, like, and that's just the small things, like every practice, but also like every big opportunity. And I can tell you, like, so many crazy things have happened this year, just like coming out to Utah and actually making the team. And then the US U23s, I'm like, what is going on this year? Has just been so crazy. I knew I wanted to keep playing. Didn't know what that was going to look like or where that was going to look. Just because I'm still in school, it was a matter of like, do I stay and finish? Do I try to play somewhere now? Do I wait a year? Like, it was just all over the place, but I knew I wanted to play somewhere. I was in one of my like computer classes and the professor was talking and I just was completely not paying attention. I was just in the backseat, you know, watching the draft on my computer, and I knew it was a long shot for me, but there was still that part of me that was like, maybe someone saw something in me, like maybe someone will pick me up. So then when I didn't hear my name, it was like, it hurt. I was like, that really sucks. I wish I would have been drafted. I wish someone would give me that opportunity, but I was like, it's okay. Like, I'm gonna get there somehow, some way. Like, I can't let this set me back. Like, I can't let this be the end of my story. So hurt, but like in that same moment, I was like hopeful, and I knew I was like determined to find another way. I had a lot of people that supported me, and they were like, you have nothing to lose by going to this tryout. Like, just go play soccer. You know what you're doing. Like, give it your best. Like, you didn't get drafted. It's not like you're losing an opportunity by going to this. So I think that confidence gave me like some composure that I think it allowed me to give it my best shot, and maybe this will be my path.
I think we were pretty deliberate in what we were looking for from a player perspective. We were looking for defenders, and the minute we saw Gaby playing, we knew we saw something that we liked. A lot of that being how good she was on the ball. And then when we got her here finally, and we seen her out ahead of them, we knew within 5 or 10 minutes that she could play. And you know, we were just excited to work with her and hoping we could get her to stay for as long as possible.
The next day when I was flying home, I was in the airport, and then I got the email that they invited me to preseason, and I literally, in the airport, like so many people, I started crying. Emailed back like, yes, I'll be there. I canceled my flights to other tryouts, and I was like, bet, I'm going to Utah. So definitely when I first got to preseason, I was so nervous. Like, I literally am learning from the best, not only the best like center backs that I know, but like some of the best people that I know. They are so open to helping me.
It's always better to go like from central to out than to be out.
And then try to come back in.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I asked so many questions at practice, and they never once are like, come on, Gaby, like figure this out on your own. They like help me so much and show me, like, if I do something wrong, they're like, this is what you could have done better. And they don't have to take that time to explain things to me, but they do. So I've learned so much from them too, and it's crazy that I get to learn from those two.
For rookies, to have people like that to look up to see how they play, to see how they conduct themselves, is second to none for that.
It's an important part when you do play with someone who you recognise is younger or lesser experienced than you are. But I think that's something for both me and Becky we pride ourselves on. And to work in the back line, you're never alone, and I think that's the biggest comfort for all of us, is that we have each other's back. And so she's fitted in from day one with the team, and she's worked exceptionally hard to understand how we all play and to help us work with her. And that's been the reason why she's been as successful as she has been this season, and she's got big things ahead of her.
I'm like, North Carolina, it's a big game. I mean, all the games are big games, but especially like North Carolina away. Didn't even think of like potentially like maybe I could get some minutes in this game. And we're just sitting on the bench, you know, I'm like bringing the energy and stuff. And I just remember like Sam kind of went down. Coach is like, Gabby, warm up. And I'm like, wait, me? Like, you really want? And I remember looking at Risa like, why do you think she told me to warm up? And Risa's like, get up. So then I get up and I'm like warming up and I'm just freaking out because I'm like, okay, I can do this. Can I do this? No, I can do this. Can I do this? Are they even gonna put me in? Like, there were just so many thoughts in my head. Then halftime comes and then Laura's doing her halftime talk and she's like, Gabby's gonna come in for Sam. And then I was like, my heart dropped. I was like, oh shoot, like I'm really going in. Like, but I was like, okay, now I need to like, the nerves are out, now I need to focus. And then I go run on the field and Rachel, she pulls me in really close and she like really just daps me up really hard. I'll never forget that because like she kind of just shook the fear out of me. Like she was like, you got this, let's get it.
Sam Johnson will come off. Appearance of the year, Gaby Vincent.
So many people, I think, were aware that it was her first game, and I remember just telling her, just play your game. You're good enough to be here and let's do this.
And straight away, Vincent involved in the play. The decent delivery is in and cut out by Gaby Vincent.
And she was great. And I think, you know, maybe that was the moment for a lot of other people that they realised how good she was. But I knew from just training with her every day that defensively and she had everything she needed to have that day to compete with the players we were up against. And she did a great job, and I think that was another thing that pushed her on this year to have the season that she's had.
Practice is just way different than games. You try to mimic the level of the game in practice, but like they're at the end of the day they're different. And so if I was starting to feel like I could hang at practice, like hanging in the game is like a whole new level. So like now having been thrown into a game and being able to hang and contribute to the game in a positive way, my confidence definitely was up, but then I was still nervous because I was like, okay, I gotta keep this up. Like it's not like a one-time thing, like okay, I did it, I'm good to go. Like no, I gotta keep working so that I can keep hanging, keep contributing to the game. I definitely was more confident, but I was like just as nervous and anxious.
I think she was absolutely magnificent. I think she's probably better than a lot of people thought she would be. I think after the first 2 months, she was probably performed at a level that I thought she was capable of.
She's used to that grit and working hard to get some good results, and that really goes a long way in this league because every game's hard. It's tough to play in, it's extremely demanding physically but also mentally. You know, every week you're playing against some of the players who are recognised as the best players in the world.
The work and effort that I put in during practice and even after practice is what really prepares me to feel confident in the game. When I know that I've hit the same long ball at practice 50 times and then 10 more after practice, like then when I'm in the game I feel way more confident to do it.
She's extremely committed to just bettering herself, and that's something that's incredibly humbling. And I think for us as older players it's really refreshing to see someone who is out first on the training pitch and is there last as well every single day. And that's not something that everybody has, and that's something that's special to her, and it's something that brings a lot to this group, not just for her own game but to everyone else's.
Nice one! I would definitely say that this year exceeded my expectations. I really feel like I've grown a lot, like as a teammate and as a person, but specifically as a soccer player. Like I know the game so much differently and so much better now than I did coming in, and I kind of doubted myself that I'd ever like get there. Like I believed in myself, but I was like, I don't know if it'll ever happen. And even little Gabby might have been like, I don't know if it's for you, girl. But now older Gabby is like, college Gabby would be like, okay, you can do this, you just gotta work for it. So I think little Gabby, high school Gabby, college Gabby, they would be really happy for me right now.